Welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is unity and oneness and the highest levels of love light. I just want to drop into a little flow. I've done a lot of car videos with some energetic updates. It's been a little bit of a choppy week energetically for myself and a lot of other people out there. So I just want to start off by saying many of us are in a state of flow and yet simultaneously moving in and out of non-flow or resistance. And I'll give more updates on this. I have to integrate some things first, and then I'll share when I integrate those things with you what it is that I've integrated, and also some updates on energy updates and as far as sessions as well that I've been experiencing that have been synchronistic for, I think, the collective. In the meantime, I just kind of want to let the guides come through and raise my frequency and set my intention that this be for the highest levels of love, light, union, and communion, and go from there. A little toning. Little light language. Washi makuye he shi mokoye ishtini ki pai. And we invite you to find your voice, and we invite you to feel your voice from within. And we say this as we sing these tones and say these words. For many of us are finding difficulties at home, difficulties on the home front, and this is a play on words. For many of us have felt like we are on the front lines of something that is upcoming or coming up from within. And this is part of this experience that we are all moving through and forward and moving towards and through and looking back at, and everyone is in a different point of view and holding a different perspective in this now moment. And we view you from a higher perspective. We view you as already having come through this particularly crunchy time. I'm hearing this reference to the words that I'm using in my own reality, and also what I'm witnessing in people as well, going on in their lives. For while the energies and the times may seem tumultuous, we have already witnessed you making the jump, making the leap. And it is difficult to explain this, for we see the future versions of we. We are you. We are we in the sea of energy and frequency. That is the existence that is all things, from, so to speak, from one perspective. It is difficult to really narrow down in this particular moment what that looks like, because it would be narrowing down what that looks like, for it is so vast and it is all deeply intrinsically connected in the fractality, the totality, the fractal of you all of us, all of we. For we are sowing the seeds, so to speak, and we are love. We are feeling this feeling that is rising up from the ashes, one might say. And we are feeling the push and the pull that is coming from the wave that each of us is transmitting. And so at times when there's a massive collective purge or surge of energy, we are all feeling it. And this is no different than I'm being shown. We are all feeling it. So this includes our collective of ascended masters, beings in other dimensions. I'm getting a little emotional. It really is a ripple effect. And so we wish to help and assist to clear the air, one might say, to give us a clearer air of certainty, to clear out the sense of error, and recognize that all that we are moving through is a part of the same soup. Therefore, there is no part or, so I'm being shown like some parts of the soup are spicier than others, other parts of the soup are saltier than others. A little part is sweet because there's different ingredients, but really it's all part of the same soup. So whatever we're experiencing has a ripple effect. And I'm just being shown there's so much tumultuous energy right now that a lot of us are picking up and sensing not only that, but also our own stuff, right? So it's like, it's a lot for a lot of people right now. And this comes and goes, it ebbs and flows. For the tides and the currents that have up or kicked up the energy, so to speak, or are moving up, can feel different because we are hitting a different key. Sometimes the sound that we are making is difficult to hear, meaning it is difficult to listen to, for there is much that is becoming more clear, and that can be difficult to listen to. For within you, within me, within we, within this sea of energy, we are creating this geometry, this wave, and this currency. So that which we are giving value to and we are paying attention to is creating more of this currency that we see. Therefore, we might invite everyone to take a step back, to take a step within, to take this time not to go into isolation, so to speak, or to isolate oneself from that which it is that we speak of, this sea of energy. Yet to travel into the inner circle of the heart, the inner circle of our own friendship with ourselves, our own inner circle in which we can feel centered, so that we can feel more centered within this field of feeling. For many of us have turned on a much deeper aspect of ourselves, or felt triggered, touched, reached down and up into a broader aspect, a deeper aspect, a crunchier aspect, not only of ourselves, but are picking up on the wavelengths, the ripples that are moving through this crowd, if you will. I'm hearing crowded house, don't dream it's over. And so there is a lot that is being conjured up, and we use this word as a play on words, for we are casting a spell. Not only we that is speaking through this spelling, through this geometry of letters and configuration, but you and me and we, all of us are creating and casting a spell. So as we conjure what it is that we are co-creating together, the more we can do this from a place of inner awareness, a place of feeling aware of what is going on inside of us, this allows us to cast away. I'm seeing a lot of old stuff and doubt, as well as doubts, judgment, blame, all of this. But it allows us to cast away those that would wish to flick. I'm seeing people like coming up and flicking your ear, like, does that bother you? Does that bother you? How about now? Does that bother you? What about now? But I'm also seeing like somebody has something on themselves and they flick it off, and then it lands on you and you're like, hey, I'm standing here. Come on, that's your stuff. That's not mine. But this is also kind of stirring up some things that I've been witnessing as well. So because we are all part of this, the more we can center ourselves, the less we absorb, we might say, or take on as our own, and the less we flicker in and out of our own consistency. The more we're able to hold the light in this wavering of momentary upset. And we would also venture to say, when we say upset, play with this for a moment. For many of you, we, all of us, me, are being triggered by certain anomalies, are being triggered by certain words, are being triggered by certain way showers and spellcasters, we might say, forecasters of the future. Yet we are all casting our net in holding on to a particular future based on our frequency. So what it is it that we wish to net? What is our value system? What is our net worth? What is it we seek to cast our shadow into? Can we change and shift our frequency so that we can leave some of that old energy? I'm hearing Tuesday's Gone with the Wind song. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment. What was the word I said? Oops. All right, so I'm seeing what's going on, but I'll play with that before reading the definition. So when I was saying upset, I was seeing like moving up a set, like a frequency, like a set of numbers, like a set of codes, or um, it was set here, but now it's going up again. And also, if I look up the etymology of upset, it's actually the act of setting up, establishment, arrangement. So I love that, because we hear this upset and things are being upset, but that means we're creating something, right? We are establishing something, the act of setting up or arranging something. So in all of this, there's something bigger being set up and arranged for us, and we are doing the arranging. So I'm just seeing this beautiful flower bouquet of arrangements. I'm seeing all these loose flowers scattered everywhere on the table. And it's like, how do I want to arrange this? What do I want it to smell like? What do I want it to look like? And so in this, we cast an array. Okay. We cast an array of sound, light, frequency. We use the word geometry, so you can visualize the act of setting up shapes and sounds. And this is done through a curriculum of activities, plan words. This allows us to send out our frequency with quite the higher scale, if you will, a much higher scale of everything. And so while some things right now feel as if they are cascading all around you in an upset, we also invite you to see a cascade and an upset of a cascade as being a positive formation. For in this formation, I'm hearing positron, we create a new framework within which to exist within, create from, and communicate through. And all of this is allowing us to harmonize a bit more. Some of us are feeling very out of tune, yet this is a momentary adjustment also, for we must scale into the scale. We must feel our own sound, our own song, and our voice, and see where it is that we fit into this new harmonious scale, symphony, a symphonic resonance of harmonic activations mixed in with what may seem chaos, with much undermining seeming going on. I'm seeing this as a play on words. Much is moving beneath our feet, quite literally. And we have been saying for quite some time that this movement will only continue and potentially upscale, if you will, or turn up a notch, but recognizing that what is encapsulated within the earth is also a harmonic. So while she is moving in order to access a deeper resonance, we must tune in to harmonize our own resonance so that we can help our fellow brother and sister harmonizers, harmonics and symphonic play pals, if you will. I'm hearing pen pals. For as we write this script, we are also responsible for our own script. We may find ourselves ad-libbing from time to time in this aftermath of a chaos, yet we remind you that this is merely a I'm hearing temporal and temporary adjustment. I'm seeing this sounds crazy, but I'm seeing tempura batter, like it's a hot, like you're gonna get fried, but then it's delicious. And then I'm seeing I am seeing so much. I'm getting like this download of all this stuff at the same time. So I'm hearing that's what happens when you open up. So being called to go back to an array, because earlier I said we cast an array, and I was drawn to look up a data structure. So in computer science, an array is a data structure consisting of a collection of elements, values, or variables. Now I'm talking about the earthquakes a little bit as what I'm being shown, things coming up from the earth. Excuse me. Sorry, when I do this, sometimes I get energy burps. Some people yawn, some people twitch, some people move, depends on, all right, so An array is a data structure consisting of a collection of elements, values, or variables of same memory size, each identified by at least one array index or key. So this is all play on words. As I say that, I'm seeing, for an example, an array of 10 32-bit 4-byte integer variables may be stored as 10 words at memory addresses. Oh boy, I'm seeing this as so symbolic. How do I define this? Are you guys following me? This is so funny. I'm seeing this is what's working. So I'll just keep going. Maybe I'll come back and play with this later because it's gotten very into computer programming. We are computer programmers, right? We are creating the programming for the supercomputers. Okay. Right in, Carrie. So many of us are giving a complex set of codes. And these codes are difficult sometimes to understand. And we feel as if we've been activated, but we can't quite code in or key into what it is that we've been coded to do. What is it? For we feel as if we are living in a code. I'm hearing the Matrix. Yet we are the ones creating this energy and frequency. And so we are, in essence, the activators. So we are activating the activators. We are activating ourselves and we are activating one another. And the earth is actually working with us towards this greater appendix. This is all plan words. Ooh. Appendiction. And this is the plan words too. And so the more we can create with grace and slow down right now, the less we will need to erase and start over. For this is all programmable. And what has been programmed inside of us in the innate structure is coming back online more fully than that which we have been programmed into, or what we have taken on as our programming. So I'm seeing old habit patterns, thoughts about who we are and what we are, all of that, what we've been told, all of that is starting to restructure itself, and we are restructuring itself, and the earth is actually creating some type of a ripple effect that's affecting the whole galaxy. But also, because of this movement, it's going to draw attention to certain places on the earth that need our attention, energetically, physically, all of the above, but also because I'm hearing treasures that are going to be revealed. This is already happening in many places, and yet it has yet to be revealed to the main population. And this is merely a temporary constraint, and it is not the crux of this particular communication. It is merely a chapter within the book, within the symphony, within the harmonic adjustments that are being made so that we can find more peace within ourselves, so that we can appreciate and embrace this peace within ourselves, so that we can feel the love for mankind and allow ourselves to feel more of this so more of it can be birthed and brought to the surface. For we are each held within a core complex of sound and infill structure, in filaments, filling up waves and frequencies that are expressed in a physical form. That is it. That is all from one perspective. I'm hearing that's all, folks. What was that, Looney Tunes? That's all, folks. It's kind of a joke, but it's not. We are not joking about the pain that some are feeling. We are feeling it too from one perspective. For we have been you from the past, one might say, or we may say we are calling to you from the future. Or we may say that we are in the now moment, speaking through this now moment, this medium of energy and frequency called words, language, and syntax. And this particular way of sharing this information is meant to be felt because we are sending through waves of love by connecting through you as you. For in this form, I'm seeing me as a form, the air that we're in as a form, even though we can't see it, it still is oxygen, which is a chemical form. And I'm seeing these energies, these beings that are, I'm seeing beautiful spheres of light. They don't necessarily have a form that we can see, yet there is a certain energy associated with them. And they're bringing through this shining light of love. And essentially, when we're able to just sit and go within, we can feel it stronger. Even when we're feeling sadness or fear or doubt, and we can come back into the place of asking for love and grace to flow through us, we are, what I'm hearing is it's amplified right now. It's all being amplified. And so I'm also hearing, okay, this is going to sound kind of funny, but I'm hearing The Empire Strikes Back, and that's a play on words. So I'll have to play with this because that's a whole play on words. We could say from one perspective, like it's a repeat of some timelines, it's some things coming up from the future, it has to do with whatever that movie has to do with, but also it's got a happy ending. From another perspective, it's just a moment in, again, I'm being told in the book, that is setting us up for something better, from one perspective, although from another perspective, better is not a word because there is no real hierarchy. It's all energy. It's all an experience. And so many of you who were born into this life here on earth have gone through it, have been through it, are going through it, whatever that is. It's different for everyone. Yet we are all here now on this planet together, sharing with one another our heartfelt energies of compassion, of joy, of love, of sadness. For even sadness is experienced and expressed from the heart. And it can lead us into another stage of our lives at times once we have sifted through those dark periods. And when I'm seeing dark, I'm being shown our vision of dark is different than what they see as dark. They just see everything as, they just see this love and light coursing through all beings and all things. It's a little difficult to explain, but. And so we amplify these energies now, not only through this message of love and appreciation for the human experience, one might call it, in this lifetime on Earth, although there have been many lifetimes on Earth for many people. This chosen moment in time, I'm seeing a snow globe that feels awkward at times and difficult at times and full of love and light and bliss at other times, is your chosen moment. And this is a play on words, like chosen one, chosen moment. There's something very special about why we're here at this time. For some of us, it's so we can support our brothers and sisters who are going through things that maybe would not have had the same support if we wouldn't have been here. Also, for other times, it's to be the one who's being supported so that we can have that experience, and it gives us an experience for growth. And I can't explain it. It affects, the whole universe. And so many of us ask, why me? I do that all the time. Why? What is this supposed to eventually lead to? And we will say that you are leading the way. What is it that you would like to see? And as you step one foot in front of the other, as you move through this and go back into your own innate architecture, go back into your space of self-awareness, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of how you feel, being aware of how you impact the feelings of others, recognizing that how others feel is not necessarily up to you to change or manipulate, that's a play on words, or take on as your own. Yet at the same time, acknowledging this is key. For we are not in this soup to avoid the taste, the texture, or the heat. We are here to co-create a beautiful recipe. And this is meant to be completed here on earth. And so as we maintain our own sense of stability in this sensing of instability, we can regain our own ability to see clearly and to restore the key that is self-sufficiency. That is, I'm just seeing being best friends with ourselves, and I'm hearing man's best friend. We allow ourselves to effecate, this is a play on words, efficacy, be our, so I'm just, oh boy, I'm going in and out of this dog theme here. I got a little bit of I got a phone call, so I had to take a break. And we change the desired effect of what it is that we are creating now. So we are creating now more effectively in the future. Once we can come back into, sorry, I'm wrapping it all back into, once we can come back into our own self-sustainability. This is not the sustainability that others are referring to for that particular terminology is a bit, I'm hearing warped, time warped, misconstrued, lots of things there. So for now, we invite you to come back into the now and befriend yourself. Be your own best friend. For relying on the grace of others when they are potentially going through an upheaval in their own journey is not necessarily the best way of allowing ourselves to play in this new energy, for we must become our own masters. We must master our own senses and our own self-reliance. For we have been reliant upon others for a long time. We have been relying on others to tell us what to see, feel, hear, watch, eat, and so on and so forth, what to believe. And so we invite everyone to go back into your heart, go back into your own sphere of influence, your own center, and find your chord that allows you to uptune and to upset the old from one perspective and shift your directive from inner to outer, and recognize that the outer is a direct reflection of that discord that may be being felt inside. And this is more of a collective experience at times. And this is one of those times to, I'm hearing, what's the term? Be of the world, of the world, but not in it. Like I'm just seeing being the bridges, right? Bridging together the worlds and just holding as much compassion as we can. For our roots are rooted much more deeply to the center of the earth than we may realize. Our roots extend beyond this earth and beyond this particular birth. For our lineage is far and vast. We are not what we think we are, and yet we are being told what to think by others who do not necessarily even know what they think they are. They do not necessarily even know what they think, or they do not necessarily think for themselves at all. And so it goes on and on and on. Let us unravel the yarn that has been created, that we have built our reality upon. And while this destabilization may feel scary at times, it may feel difficult at times, for a new reality is birthed, we invite you to give yourself a wide berth. Allow yourselves to give yourself space and room to grow. For it is not always easy to wear old shoes in between sizes. It is not always easy to size up what is going on outside of us when inside we're feeling the discomfort of, I'm just seeing a tiny energy squeezed into a skin suit. Whew. Geshu makaene shiaha he shuku ya edi shik amakaene. Tu oaha it ishu yiti bakuni wahini kishiya yita makuaha ne shini. Kuni waha it ishu kaene hi makahu washiana. For even language has been poured into this concrete barrier, if you will. Even language has been formulated or formatted into the syntax of form that is lacking in many ways. And yet it is what we have to convey our own emotions, our own communications and expressions. So therefore, we must up level into all forms of communication. And this must be done through feeling, hearing, sensing, seeing. I'm just seeing that all wrapping around and around and around and around. And around we go. Du shewaha mikuni ishi it ukuyini aha makoni shiwu etik anahishti awaha un mokonehe. For this intonation, this enunciation of sound is part of the ancestral lines and roots that again go much taller than the shoots that we are currently seeing, witnessing, expressing. And so we invite you to go within to ignite your own charge, to expand your charge, to allow yourself to feel this light flower out, to be birthed from the inside out, to allow yourself to feel your own symphony, your own sound, your own harmonic, your own resonance. And in this, you find the shoe that fits. You expand your own footing. You allow yourself to ground into your skin suit, into your reality that conforms and configures and grows around you. And like the beautiful birds that you are, the flowers that you are, the wings expand, the petals unfold, and through this light we grow. I'm getting emotional because I just feel all this love coming in. Like I'm just hearing that our guides know, they feel love, and they're sending out so much if we can open, but we can't feel it and we can't experience it unless we stop and smell the roses, unless we find a moment of peace, bliss, joy, and just a moment to breathe, to feel the connection with the earth, feet on the ground, to hold a baby, to give someone a hug, to tell our loved ones that we love them. Those little moments are so important right now. And so we share this energy, for we all share this energy. We share this energy with you, and yet we are feeling it sent back to us. For beyond this form is a massive wave form, if we wish to call it that is being flung your way, that is filled with light particles that may challenge the way in which you even see light particles. And this is part of this new cycle. I'm hearing the age of Aquarius, this new golden frequency. I'm seeing a picture of like us riding a horse, like a stallion. Like we have to learn how to ride it and become one with the horse. And then through that, we're able to, I'm hearing master our own power. At horsepower, right? Horses, freedom, power, grace. And I'm hearing we become responsible owners of our own energy. Ooh, that's a whole other video. So we invite you to drop in this now moment and explore the heart. Feel into the remnants or pockets of discord within your own body, within your own psyche, to key into your own symphony. I'm seeing as a play on words like what's real and what isn't. Phony, right? Or symphonic, phonetic. Like I'm seeing like, what are we creating? Like what isn't really something we want to create? What is it that's like, oh, that's not who we really are anymore? As you feel into this energy that is being offered, it is not just the energy from this particular transmission, although that is there too. It is the energy that is being imbued, play on words, through the earth, through your bodies, from all of the helpers that surround the earth, underneath the earth, inside of the earth. The elemental kingdom is also going through her own birthing realm. The sun, I'm hearing the suns, and so much more. So open that door to receive, and yet allow yourselves to hunker down into the heart for a moment. Touch back down into your home base as often as possible, so that from there we can branch out and extend our olive branch, our hand, our heartstrings to those in need of support, while we maintain our own rooted system, our own sense of stability and security once we have stabilized our own frequency. Feel into the back of the heart, the front of the heart, the crown of the head, the sits bones, the tailbone, the spine, the palms of the hands, the arches of the feet, the entire body. Connect all of those things. I'm seeing Leonardo da Vinci. What is that? Peruvian man with the arms outstretched in the circle all around. I should remember that, but I don't. Connecting into our own bubble, our own subset of reality. And I'm hearing moving out from there. I'm seeing rolling stones. I'm seeing moving stones. I'm hearing singing stones. I could go on and on. So much is happening. Whew. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to kind of sound off now, or sound tune out, turn out. I'm seeing turntables, turning off the radio, going within, step out of time, allow ourselves just to be present with the now. Being shown the heartbeat and feeling into our own movement. And I'm hearing the heartbeat, feeling the rhythm of the drums. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you.